The heat of the Prince of Wales Challenge Cup between University of Queensland and Tideway, Scullers and Tyrian. And it's quite appropriate that I'm going to be joined in the commentary box by Jess Eddy, who is wearing, actually it's a Putney High School blazer, but it's got a bit of purple on it because she's from University of London. Morning, Jess, how are you?
Morning, Greg. A bit delayed this morning, but I'm happy to do with it now. A bit of steering there at the start.
Yeah, John Hedger in the umpire's boat behind's got to get his flag out straight away and look to get this crew from Tideway, Scullers and Tyrian back towards their station. They've started quickly, but making this steering correction won't help them.
Yeah, they look like they've gone ahead, so I mean they're a bit out of danger, but still heading towards the booms now. So
yeah, we call that
correction.
I think you'd call that erratic steering off the start. They came in, but they did respond straight away to the flag from the umpire, and now they've got onto the station, keeping the stroke rate up and moving up to a solid lead, really coming up towards about 500 metres gone.
Yeah, they really started to dominate this race early on. You see the distinctive purple and white check there with Tyrian Club, UL alumni.
John Hedges needed to use the flag a fair bit to keep the crews apart, to keep the Tideway, Scullers and Tyrian crew on their station, but we're coming up towards Forley, the centre of the course, and the race is still on. The University of Queensland are not going to give this one up lightly.
Queensland look like they're steering slightly better than this Tyrian Tideway Scullers crew, but the Scullers Tideway Tyrian crew are really dominating, so it doesn't really make a difference to them.
Yeah, it's a new crew from University of Queensland, new in the quad. Some members only started rowing 10 months ago, it says, which is very impressive if they've now made it here. See the Tyrian checkerboard, purple and white all in ones. Tyrian, the University of London old boys and girls alumni, yeah. And Tideway Scullers in the two seats with Charles Clark there.
That was Charlie Clark. He's a couple of Henley medals to his name. The last one a couple of years ago. We're really dominating now. They can probably afford just to be a bit more relaxed now towards the finish line. A bit more beans in the tank for the rest of the week ahead. These Queensland boys behind them aren't going to give up easily. Still racing down there through Remenham.
Yeah, passing the Remenham Club, Tideway Scullers, Tyrian combination moving smoothly. John Hedger can now tuck his flag behind his back as we see him in that umpire's launch following along behind University of Queensland, looking to try and keep it going. Cotter Graham in the stroke seat of the Queensland boat. Ethan Hazen in the stroke seat of the UL Tyrian boat. Keeping them going, keeping them in control.
A little bit of pain on their faces there. I think they could afford to just ease off a bit, sit up on it. They've moved to the middle of the course a bit there, so just enjoying the full stretch of Henley.
That's the wily competitor in Jess Eddy telling us, ease off a bit, move towards the centre of the course and sit on them. That's what you do when you've raced at Henley a few times, you know the ropes.
Keep something for the rest of the week. It's just going to get harder and harder, so these guys have got to sit up. They've got an early race today on Thursday. Got a bit of time to kill this afternoon. Got to make sure they're not distracted by Henley this afternoon and go and rest.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. You can see them actually having a little conversation in the stroke and three seat, just shouting over their shoulder. And I often find that tricky when you're not quite sure what you're going to do when you get out in front. Are you going to drop the rate? Are you going to drop the power and keep the rate? And unfortunately, sometimes you lose the rhythm and it doesn't quite turn out as one thing or another.
Yeah, we train and work hard to do that race pace stuff, so when you actually take the speed down and take the rate down, it might not feel as good as you going flat out. So lots of the crews here, if they're starting to dominate the races, might feel that through towards the end of the race.
Yeah, it's one of those interesting things actually, isn't it, as a coach or as a crew. You don't often prepare for saying, well, what should we do when we're in front? You generally say, this is what we're going to do, this is the race plan, this is exactly how we go from A to B. You want to make sure actually for something like Henley, you are prepared to say, well, this is a long race. This is a long regatta. You've got to race back to back for 4 or 5 days. So you need to know how to handle it if you do get out in front.
Yeah, it's hard to have in the back of your mind that you might be up by a long way, because you just have to keep racing towards that finish line and not try and think about the plan B. But these guys said they've had a good row, comfortable row. They're definitely a bit more relaxed there towards the finish line over this Queensland crew.
So Tideway, Scullers and Tyrian able to just take their little look over the line. Charlie Clark, just see, there is the finish line, there is the beep. And here comes the crew from Queensland. University of Queensland coming up to the line. They'll have heard that beep. It's a little bit demoralising when you hear that and you still know you've got 4 strokes to go. But they've taken themselves over the line. And there's confirmation. In the Prince of Wales Challenge Cup, a win for Tideway, Scullers and Tyrian over University of Queensland in Australia.